very difficult, pre-qualified and all sorts of stuff. But anyway, he called me up over Christmas, 1989, and I spoke to him a couple of times, and then I didn't speak to him anymore, but he kept calling Jenny, my wife, and offered me a job. And I thought in the end, I said, why not have a go at it? I doubt if it would ever come to anything. So we started designing a new car in January 1990, and that led to the Jordan, as you say, the 911, so it was called, and Porsche were very happy. So Eddie and his wheeling and dealing, he convinced Porsche that they should supply with a Carrera for the year, I think it was, just because it had to change over all the numbering system on all the drawings, everything like that, and it became a Jordan 191, and very proud of that little car. Eddie was proud of it, but it was pre-qualifying, and it was just, the pressure was huge for both Eddie and himself, but we got there in the end. And, you know, a lot of people here, me included, I think Eddie gave us an opportunity in life that we wouldn't have had otherwise. So I have to say, from my point of view, and for a lot of people here, thank you, Eddie.
Yeah, very well. In no small part, thanks to me taking out Michael Schumacher in the 98 Belgian Grand Prix. I won a great test. You had that victory. We saw the video there of Eddie skipping down the pit lane to go to the podium. Tell us a little bit about joining the team, because you were a high money signing at that time, coming from Williams as a world champion, and then of course getting all the way through to that day.
It was the high money that really hurt Eddie, and he spent quite a lot of time trying to get it back off me. But I just want to say well done to you guys for putting on this amazing tribute to Eddie. You were absolutely feels that. But going back to the Spa thing, the funny thing was as you say, I was helped by you taking out Michael, and but in the race when it famously came to the lack of team orders, I call it, when I was sort of trying to make sure that we won this race and ended up fighting each other and losing the race. There was nothing coming from the pit wall, and so I had to instigate team orders myself. And I sort of basically phoned up Eddie and said, look, will you please do something? And everyone knows roughly the words. But years later, I was playing golf with Eddie, and he was explaining to a friend of his what happened. And he said, and you said you had him in the wall. And I went, I never said anything like that. How did you interpret what I was saying like that? But then that was Eddie all over, because what he remembered, what he said, what happened was always slightly out of kilter at times. But so we loved my career sort of crossed over, so I sort of came into motorsport, car racing, at roughly the same time that he was starting. And he was still in Formula 3 at the time. And so our paths sort of intertwined, and I ended up nearly driving for Eddie. Then I was driving for a team that was actually not Eddie's team, but somehow it ended up with Eddie Jordan Racing stickers on it, and I ended up driving for Eddie, and then I ended up in Formula 1, and then finally my career ended with Jordan, so it was a fitting way to go out. And I was living in Ireland at the time as well, so I got all the lovely Irish as well, so I have everything to thank for knowing and having experienced Eddie. And I'm going to quote Killer from what he said about having lost his dad, but he said that he described it as having the best seat in the house for the greatest show on earth for 30 years. And I think that's pretty much all our experience really. What a great man. And I just don't think